Wezner. Rollingwood Circle, 17325 Rollingwood Circle, Northville.
Yes, we did. Condominium, we're downsizing, and we moved within Northville to 44432 Broadmoor Boulevard. Kristen St. Clair was our agent. Karen initially met her while I was in Brazil. And that's when they decided we were selling the house and informed me in Brazil.
She called one evening, it was around 9 o'clock, and asked us if we were still interested in putting our home on the market. And we'd been thinking about it. We had Mike come out to the house a year prior, and so it got kind of us thinking about it. And she called one evening when John was in another country, and talked to her for an hour, and she was very engaging on the phone, and just like I'd known her for a very long time. And so she was very intrigued by the house and asked to come out and take a look at it. And next thing you know, we set up the appointment. It was right after Super Bowl Sunday, the week following, and sent John an email and said, by the way, contacted Kristen and she'd like to come out. Are you okay with that? And he said, sure. And so she came out, and it was history after that.
I think the overall experience was excellent. I think that they gave us some good tips, both when Mike was there the first time, about suggestions for how to set the house up, make sure everything was in perfect condition and perfect place. Kristen reinforced a lot of that, at the same time being practical and all. And we had some discussions about little things. We were going to take our drapes down, so we decided to have that room repainted so there wouldn't be scars on the wall, things of that nature. But it was just very professional, and at the same time it allowed us, we had several positive comments saying the house was just absolutely perfect and beautiful and staged very well, and that was very helpful.
Yeah, especially the decluttering aspect, even though it meant we decided to rent a storage unit nearby to take a lot of the clutter out of the closets, because we did have a lot of stuff that we accumulated over 11 years after having lived there, and that was really helpful. It really opened things up. The photography, the staging, the photography, whoever did the gal that came out was wonderful. She was a little under the weather physically that day, but made it a point to come out because we had an appointment, and was out for all morning taking pictures, and the flyers were absolutely exquisite. They were absolutely beautiful. We've saved a few, so. Connie. Yeah. Connie is part of the closing team.
And we also talked to Amanda a couple times because they had updated the flyers, and we spoke to her. There was a little typo on it, so corrected that same day, got them out that evening. She delivered them to the house.
Yep,
so
she delivered them
very prompt.
Yep, even in the evening. She was here late redoing them. Made sure she swapped them out in the box out on the sign and put the new ones in. So yeah, they're very efficient that way. There's like no delay. So, and we were most impressed by the staff here with the Perna team, because they, whenever we needed something, and especially with regard to Kristen, she was always there, and we texted her back and forth. All hours of the night, and she would respond back all hours of the night. If we had a concern about something, or where were we at with the bids, or where are the offers, what's going on with the people that were interested. She was always in touch with us, if not by phone, via text message. So.
And there was a lot of flexibility. I tend to travel some, and I was in South America when some documents were needed, and we were able to exchange what I could get a hold of from South America, but there was no issue with waiting till I got back to get some other things. So there was flexibility and understanding based on the circumstance, which was good.
Mm-hmm. I think it's it's actually two. I mean, it's the dedication of Kristen, our realtor, but I think it was the expertise of the flyers that they're the most. When we've looked at a lot of the other websites and the flyers and the way the pictures are and the darkness of them, and I think the photography staff was incredible, and it really, we had so many hits, and We had so much traffic in the 2 weeks that the house was on the market. It was incredible. And people look at pictures, and pictures say everything. So I think the whole photography thing was phenomenal.
And I think the feedback, I mean, not just the photography, but the fact that it was on various media, and that we got a weekly report of here's how many hits we've gotten on each of the different types of social media, which was good. I mean, that certainly reinforced the fact that there were a lot of people looking at it, which drew a lot of people to come visit the house. So that worked out very well. And I think if there was an overall thing, it was that, from the seller perspective, you don't do this very often. We don't sell a house every year. I mean, we were there 11 years, and they were very calming. I mean, Karen's a bit more emotional, and, having kids there, 5 kids that are all gone now, walking away to a new adventure to the next stage can be a bit traumatic. It's definitely a high stress type thing, and Kristen and the folks here were just very professional and calming about things, so that it just moved along, and there were less crises than there could have been.
Very smooth. And we already have. As of this morning, we have a friend that has a home in Shelby, and they want to move in the worst way back to Northville. And so we already sent their link of their home to Kristen while we went and did the final walkthrough through our condo that we just closed on a few minutes ago. And she's already setting up an appointment with them this evening to do a walkthrough out in that part of town. So yeah, we think very highly of the Perna team. And it's our ink's not even dry on our agreement. We're already hooking you guys up with the next client. So and they're already thrilled. So.
To contact the Perna team, call 248-886-4450 or email michaelperna@kw.com.